Today, we'll be building a $1 million Facebook ads campaign. Gotten a lot of questions of the type of campaigns I use inside of my Facebook ad account. With that being said, today we'll be kind of breaking down some of the clients we've done and helped scale to $1 million plus inside of their campaigns and exactly the setup that we leverage. So just looking at a few accounts right here, this is an account right here that didn't quite spend $1 million, but did over $2.4 million in this one specific campaign. It's another account right here that literally spent over $2 million with $5 million in revenue for this specific client. And in this client right here, we actually did $6.6 million in spend over the last 3 years in this one campaign right here. So 3 different accounts, all different niches, even different industries. This one's lead gen relative to some of these other ones right here that are more e-com specifically. Yeah, long story short, they all use the same structure. And today we're actually gonna hop in that ad account today and build out that campaign. Just for reference, we're basically gonna be creating a advantage sales campaign, how we set up the ad sets, and then how do we set up the ads inside of that campaign structure. So that being said, let's go ahead and build it out. All right, so now we're gonna hop inside of the Facebook ad account. We're gonna go ahead and hit create. Inside of create, we're gonna click on sales campaign. You can do a sales campaign or lead campaign. It just kind of depends on what specifically you're optimizing for. But long story short, this is gonna be exactly the same for sales and leads. This will be exactly the same for whether you do a local service business or if you're an e-commerce business that's scaling for the whole country. So we're gonna click sales campaign here because we wanna optimize for purchases. I always like to go ahead and add in my agency initials right here. Doesn't really matter whether you do it or not. I like to do it, and then I'm just gonna call this, let's just say we're gonna push ads for ebook, and then maybe this will be our USA campaign. Boom. WC just means website conversions, means I'm optimizing for website conversions. We're gonna be optimizing for website purchases today, which means that it's sending traffic to a website and the conversion happened on the website. Now, we'll also type in CBO because we're gonna be doing a CBO campaign. Yeah, scroll down. Click on Advantage catalog ads. We're going to turn those off. Not against Advantage Plus catalog ads. I've just never been able to scale an account purely on those. And right here where it says budget, we want to make sure we select campaign budget. There's ad set budget or campaign budget. I like to do campaign budget. Some people like to do ad set budget. Neither one is technically wrong. I've just had far greater success with campaign budget, and it's the one that I use 100% of the time. Now for our daily budget, I always tell people start off with a daily budget that you can afford to lose for 30 days without being emotionally tied to that budget. So for me, I'm gonna start off with $100 a day because that gives me time to make the campaign profitable. It gives me time to test new creatives. It gives me time to test different offers. It gives me time to test new landing pages. Whereas if you just test something for like a day and turn it off, you don't give yourself the opportunity to go ahead and be able to make those tests and adjustments. Now here we have audience segment reporting. This is pretty easy to set up. So if you just click on edit inside of advertising your settings right here, these are the audience segments, which is pretty cool because you can actually go inside of the account and see a breakdown of these. For me personally, engaged audience, I like website visitors 30 days and existing customers is purchase 180 days. If you don't have these already set up, then just create a custom audience. Website, boom, 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 website visitors, and I'll just say create. Or if I want to do purchases, I'll do purchases and I'll do 180 days, boom, and create audiences. So those are pretty cool. I like to set those up. We don't have any special ad categories for this specific product, so it'll be good. Now I'm gonna call this 101. That's how I like to start off my naming conventions for my new creative test because I do different creatives per ad set. Here, I like to type in things like male plus female. If I'm targeting both male plus female, then I'll go ahead and I will type in, boom, boom, boom. I'll go and type in the age. I'm just gonna do 21 plus. Maybe I even do 18 plus. To be fair here, doesn't really, just kind of depends on who you're targeting. Now I do broad targeting, which means I don't set any audiences for the account. This is now called Advantage Plus audience. So whether you call it broad or whatever, it doesn't fucking matter, to be fair. I'm gonna call it broad. I like to type in AP next, just means automatic placements. And then I'm optimizing for purchases. So that's my naming structure. And then basically each batch of creatives has a different number to it. So maybe 102, maybe 105, maybe 150, 135. All right. So just for reference right there. And then if I ever want to test like ages, I'll just change this age. If I ever want to test like a specific placement, like reels, for example, only, then I would just type in reels only. And then for male plus female, maybe I want to do just male or just female. I'll just have an M or an F right there. Now, website right here is going to be selected. And then I want to maximize number of conversions. Gives you a few different options here. Maximize value of conversions or number of conversions. I always like number of conversions. That's just simply what I've seen the most success with. Now you want to go ahead and select your pixel. And then next thing you want to do is select the conversion event. This is going to be purchases because we're optimizing for sales. There should be absolutely zero reason in 2025 you're optimizing something for other than purchases. It should, like, there's still people out there that believe you need to do add to carts or initiate checkouts. That's all false. Everything should be optimized for purchases. Or if I'm running a lead gen campaign, I'm optimizing for leads. Now here we'll get budget strategy, ad set spending limits. I do like to add a $10 minimum spend on my ad set. To be fair now, if you're rocking like a $20 a day budget, then it just means you can only launch up to 2 ad sets at a time in the terms of like if you're testing multiple ad sets, but that's just something you have to keep in mind. Start date, I just like to set this for midnight, and there we go. Cool. Now end date, I never set that. And then here we'll go to our audience here. We have Advantage Plus on, which is awesome. Here you can go ahead and exclude if you want to, like, you know, like exclude what I call like existing customers and stuff. I don't do it. I do it for some accounts. Some accounts we have 30 days, some accounts we have 180 days. All my media buyers haven't like collectively set the same audience yet, so that's why some of my YouTube videos you see 30, some YouTube videos you see 180, some are still testing it and stuff. To be fair, like, we just see zero difference if we exclude customers versus not excluding customers, if we exclude 30 day versus 180 days. So like every now and then, like just being very transparent, we'll forget to set an exclusion. Is it the end of the world? No. Is it something like you have to do now? No. I've just seen such a little difference in it that just doesn't fucking matter to me. So yeah, I'll do purchase 30 days for this. I would say purchase 30 days is my favorite if you're going to exclude anyone, because if you have a product that people love, then people are going to talk good about your product on the comments of the ads after 30 days. And it helps out a lot with lowering CPM, helping the performance of that particular ad, like all of those good things right there. Now, I'm not going to click on further the limit reach of your ads because there's no reason why. Like, I got my location, United States. If I wanted to target, like, I don't know, let's just say I wanted to advertise to Houston, Texas, because I have like, you know, specific like local business, then here, like, I would just type in Houston, Texas and just select my like location as service. Because this particular example right here, I'm just targeting United States. There's no reason why I need to do that. So yeah, so like I say, so if you're local business, you just go down to the city level, and if you're targeting a whole country, then cool, you just type in that country. Now, I personally like to do one country per campaign. There's nothing wrong if you already have multiple countries in a campaign, but for me, I like to scale up a business to 100, 200K a month in one country first. Then I'll just create separate campaigns and launch new stores for those other countries. Same pixel, same ad account, just translated creatives and translated store, and those stores are in the proper currency relative to that particular country right there. So there we go. Placements, Advantage Plus, I'm not worried about those as well. I would say the only other question some of y'all might have is like, okay, well, what if I wanted to target specifically men or specifically women? To be fair here, I'm leaving all of this default male plus female. The only time I'm going to ever change this is like, let's say, for example, we're selling women's lingerie, for example, and 98% of the year we target exclusively women. Now, the other 2% of the year may be Valentine's Day and Christmas, and we want to specifically target guys with the intentions of buying their wife or girlfriend lingerie as a gift for Valentine's Day or Christmas. In that particular example right there, I would go ahead, create a new campaign specifically only targeting men. And because I know the history of that ad account is specifically for women, I'll then go ahead and make sure we're only targeting men because I know it's gonna be biased towards women already. So in that case, I would further limit the reach of the ads, which that's okay. Ignore all Facebook's warnings. And I'm gonna go ahead and just literally come here. But yeah, so I'm just gonna come in here, gender, and then men only in that very specific scenario. Now, 99% of the time, I'm just gonna leave it as this. And the only time I'm gonna target something more specific is if we need to break it out because targeting both is causing an issue on the business itself. If it's not causing an issue the way it is, I'm just going to let that roll, even if I just want to target women only. So for example, if I'm selling women's lingerie, I'm still going to target male plus female and leave it like this because I'm gonna let Facebook do the work there, because it'll probably be like 99% women and like a few men that are buying for gifts and like random stuff like that. Now, if I'm selling women's lingerie, I'm getting a fuckload of men clicking on it because it's women in lingerie in the ads. They're not buying, they're just clicking on it, which to Facebook, if you're getting a lot of clicks, that's to them makes them want to spend more on an ad. If they want to spend more on an ad, or if it starts spending more on an ad, it's going to start taking more ad spend, starts taking more ad spend, and it's a bunch of men just clicking on the fucking pictures because it's women in lingerie and they're not buying, then that's going to be an issue to the business. So then I would just simply go ahead, come in here, do that exact same thing, and just deselect men. That's it. That's all I would do. Now, let's go next. Here, we'll just go ahead, make sure you select your identity. I'm going to select my account. Boom. Let's see. Cool. Now they have these threads profiles, which is pretty cool. Yeah, here, I'm just gonna go down. I'm gonna go and click manual upload. Sometimes this is selected. I'm just gonna click manual upload though. I'm gonna do single image or video. I have been doing more single image or video versus flexible lately. Or actually, I've been doing flexible, but what I'm doing is I'm uploading 2 copies inside of it. So here, I'll go ahead and do 1 flexible for 3 different ads. So here, we got our flexible ad. We're gonna add our media. We'll upload our images. I just selected 3 images for y'all for today. I like to do 1 image and then pretty much 1 different like visual difference in between them. And again, that's like majority of the cases. There will be some cases where I'm gonna have the same image and just test a bunch of headlines on it. That doesn't matter. I'm just giving y'all different examples, but like this is the majority example right here where they all have the same hook on it and they just have a different picture. That's perfectly fine. That's what I do 90% of the time. There's the other 10% of the time where I might have this just like this and it'd be 3 different photos or even 10 different photos, and each one has a different visual or different hook on it. Now, in this case, I'm doing 3 flexible ads per ad set, but each have a different photo. This is just so that way I can go and see what creative is winning. Another way to do this is also just do a single image or video. This is so you can actually see what body copy or primary text works too as well. So boom. To be fair, I'm testing both right now. Really, it's just personal preference right there. We have like, you know, a bunch of images we want to test and we want to know performance specific for each one. We'll do a single image. And if we want to know like specifically what primary text is working, then we'll do a single image. But for the most part, we're doing flexible with 2 body copies, 2 headlines, and then we're doing 3 flexible ads per ad set, each one with a different image. So that way we know what image specifically works right there. But yeah, so let's just go back and set this up. Let's just go. All right, so flexible, add media, add images. I'm gonna add this in right here. Primary text, this will be, you know, primary text 1. This will be, well, I'll say existing winning primary text, and then new primary text. Boom. And then this will be existing winning headline, and then boom, new headline. Here, just add in your headline or your primary URL. I'm just gonna drop in my inner circle stuff. Boom. I'm gonna turn off Advantage Plus creative optimizations. It just learn more or shop now. Really just depends. If I'm sending people directly to like a listicle or product page, or if I'm like very direct in the ad, like here's the product to sell. Like for this type of product right here, this would just simply just be like a learn more type of thing. Yeah. And then this would be 101-1. There we go. I'm gonna hit Control D or Command D if you're on Mac. It's gonna literally change the image here. Now I'm gonna hit Control D again, come in here, literally go and change the image. There we go. Sweet. Now, last thing, URL parameters. If I'm on triple L or high roast, whatever, I'll add those in. Just for a particular example, I'm not. So I'm just going to hit review and publish. I'm going to go ahead and hit publish. So campaign's published now. We can see it's scheduled. But let's say I want to test a couple other ads. All I'll do is just duplicate this ad set, duplicate original setup. I'll just come in here. I'll literally just go and like deselect all of these and just hit delete to where it's just one. I'll go to edit. And let's just say there's some videos we want to test. So I got some videos for y'all today. Videos, I pretty much just go ahead and basically do the same voiceover, same script, same everything. The only difference is each one has a
Most nights we'd eat, sit on the couch.
So most nights we eat out, sit on the couch or scroll. You can see right there. If we go to this one,
most nights we'd eat, sit on the couch.
So literally says the same thing, has the same caption, same everything. The only difference is the visual hook is different. This one was like some food. This one looks like maybe a woman in the kitchen. And then this one is just
most
like
nights we
set of food right here. So I'll literally just go ahead and upload those videos. I'm just going to select 3 random videos for y'all today. Just to make this a little bit quicker for me. Boom. And what I'll do is that would be like 102-1, Command D, duplicate. I load in the second video. Boom. Duplicate. And I load in the third video right there. And I'll just make sure that says 102 now. Boom. And then I'll literally just go and hit publish as well. Let me get rid of this, save a draft, review, and publish. Now, as far as like working this campaign and stuff, it's pretty straightforward. I'll add anywhere between 1 to 5 new ad sets a week with 3 new creatives in it. Sometimes I'll add more creatives to it. Like, you know, for example, as one client right now, we already found a winning creative and I just created like 6 to 8 iterations of new creatives around that winning messaging right there. And I just launched them all in as a new ad set for it. So we actually had 6 to like 7 ads in here versus just 3, but like 90% of the time I'm just doing 3. And then when I'm finding like fresh new winning messaging and I'm doing iterations and variations, I might upload, like I might go sit down, create like 10 new iterations around that image and then upload all 10 at once in that ad set. And I'm always creating a new ad set. Every time I load in new ads, I'm creating new ad sets. I don't know why people believe that I'm going in and adding in existing ads, like new ads to an existing ad set. It's completely false. You don't need to do that. I just create a new ad set every time. And each number, like 102, 103, 104, I like to create a Google Sheet inside where I will literally go and basically just record a couple key things for like each one, you know, and this would be like batch number, boom. So that'd be like 101. And then basically right here, this is where I'll do like, you know, what like stage it's at. Is it testing? Is it creating in creation mode right now? Boom. And I'll basically go ahead and put the hook that we're going to use, or not the hook, the launch date. And then I'll put the creative hook, desire, awareness, sophistication, hypothesis. Hypothesis is just basically like, why the fuck are we creating this? Why do we believe this specific image or video is going to improve performance? And yeah, and I basically just go ahead and create a Google Sheet like this. I have one that unfortunately I only give out to my Inner Circle students. So if you want to join the Inner Circle, link below, or give you access to a ton of these different sheets and stuff. So I basically just do that. And then each week I basically go ahead and have a dedicated day where I upload anywhere between 0 to 5 new ad sets. I'm okay with more than 5 as well. I don't like necessarily say you have to only do 5. That's just kind of like the general thing that I've just seen with my own thing. It's somewhere between 0 and 5. There's some weeks we don't upload anything because like we may go and spend 3 weeks working on a huge batch of creatives and we just simply don't have anything to launch this week. Whereas most of the time it's like anywhere between 0 to 5 new ad sets with anywhere between 3 to 10 new ads we have within inside that ad set right there. And all I'm doing right here is last 7 days. I'm looking at the last 7 days and I'm turning anything off that's impacting overall performance negatively, and anything that's just not taking significant spin with good performance. Good performance for me is that we look at the highest spending ad. We ideally want to be a belower CPA than that particular ad right there. inside of the ad account itself. So turning things off, that's not gaining spin with good CPA. Turning things off, that's just not getting good CPA. And then also too, lastly, if something takes overall spin with a really bad cost per purchase and hurting the business, I'm also turning that off too. I'm not waiting 7 days. That's something I'll turn off like literally within 24 or 48 hours right there. And as far as scaling this campaign, like it's very, very straightforward for scaling this campaign. It's literally just going ahead, boom, 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 just do that. I'm just coming right here to the budget. I'm just increasing that by 20% a day. I'm keeping it very simple, small inches forward. So that way I don't blow the budget and throw a huge budget, blow the account, and then give up because I'm a little bitch. That's what most of y'all do, to be fair. There's so many people I've talked to where it's like they start scaling, they triple the budget because they get too excited, they blow their account. And I say blow their account, like they literally blow all their money because they set aside for this. And then they cry about it online. It's like, no, I just 20% increase over time. If I increase this budget 20% a day for 30 days, it comes out to like $21,000. So it's not like it's slow by any means. But yeah, so that's it. And the way we're able to do numbers like this, 700K, $2 million in spend, $6 million in spend, is because we sit here and we do this boring fucking work for a very long time, and we trust the process, and we don't get grass is greener on the other side. Like if I would go and, oh, maybe I need to test ABO because everyone on Twitter is saying ABO. Maybe I need to go test bid caps because everyone's telling me bid caps on Twitter. Like if you're constantly in that fucking mindset right there, that's what slows you down so much more. When I finally just said, fuck everyone, and just focused on the thing I know works and made sense and just blocked everyone out, that's when I've seen significant better success with Facebook ads and be able to build up campaigns like this. But it's the constant grass is greener on the other side. Oh, ABO. Oh, he's doing cost caps. Oh, he's doing bid caps. I need to do that. I need to do that. I need to do that. And you're constantly throwing this account and basically like doing these big swings in the account every week versus just telling everyone to fuck off and just focusing on your account and just focusing on creatives, landing pages, offers, and upsells, and having a really great product. That's how you build up campaigns like this. And that's where so many people get stuck at. So if you want to commit to that and you want someone to handhold you on the creatives, the landing pages, the offer, the upsell, and actually fixing things that actually move the business forward to building campaigns that spend $6 million, $2 million, over $700,000 right here, then click the link below to have Nick Theriot mentor you, where we'll do one-on-one calls with you. That's me, not some coach. That's me directly. Click the link below to have Nick Theriot mentor you. We'll go over your account, give you specific feedback, and help you scale. That being said, hope you have a good rest of y'all day. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.